Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I'm coming on looking crazy. I've got a really weird background, but today I'm going to show you how I edit my YouTube videos. So if you want to see the program I use and what exactly I do to edit them, please keep watching.
Okay guys, so when you first open the program Wondershare Filmora, this is the screen that pops up. What I want to point out here is that I always edit in full feature mode. You see that right here. I don't know if you can see this on screen or not, but there are three other types of, I don't know, editing modes that you can use. So this one is easy mode, this one is instant cutter, and this is action cam tool. I have not played with any of those, so I can't talk about, I can't really tell you anything about them. But yeah, I do use full feature mode, and then right here, I always do widescreen. So if you click the drop box, again, I don't know if you can see this on the record or not, but the very first one is widescreen. Then you have standard, Instagram, and portrait. So there are different aspect ratios that you can record your video, or I'm sorry, that you can edit your video with, but I always use widescreen and full feature mode. So I will now show you what happens when you click on that. Alrighty, so this is the full program. This is how you edit all of your videos. So I'm going to kind of go through this whole screen, like all the different features before we start. So over here we have media. This is where you're going to import your video files. I'll show you how to do that in just a second. But yeah, this is where you're going to find all of your video clips that you're going to edit. Then next to it we've got music. Now this program does come with 51 preloaded songs and sound effects. I like to use my own, so right over here in my music, you're going to see all of the stuff that I've downloaded and imported into the program. So I've got songs, I've got sound effects. You can obviously, rename any of these. And just so you know, anytime that you make a video and then you exit out, any music, anything that you've imported, so music or media, anything that you've imported is going to stay here. So I don't have to re-upload any of these songs because I never delete them off of here, which I love. I love having everything ready for me to use. And then next to it, we've got text and credit. So this is where you have all of your text options that you might want to add to your videos. So you've got openers, titles, lower thirds, subtitles, end credits. So all kinds of really cool, there's 137 different preloaded, preset titles, text, credits that you can add to your video. So I can just kind of scroll through so you can see. What I want to point out is that any of them that have this little black corner with the blue arrow, I have not downloaded yet, so I haven't used it yet. All you have to do if you want to download one of these is double click on that. It's downloaded and now it's ready to use. Now if you ever want to preview what something looks like, you just click it, and then right over here in this black box, that's where you're going to start watching anything that you want to preview. This is kind of like your little monitor that you can see stuff in. So let's say I want to see how title number 9 looks. You click it and then you're going to come over here and press play. Okay, and now you just previewed how that title is going to come in, how it's going to look. Now this is fully preset, but it is 100% customizable. So if you want to change the colors, change the font, change the way that the words are coming in, you totally can, but you don't have to. Then over here we've got transitions, and this is how you take your videos from one screen to the next. There are 178 of these in total. These are really fun, really cool. You can definitely really customize your videos to however you want them. And again, if you want to see something like here, Flash, this is a really popular makeup transition. So I'll click it and then press play. And that's how it's going to look. Over here we've got filters. So there's 149 of these in total. There's all kinds of different filters that you can add to your video. These are actually really cool. They're really fun to play with. And then over here we have overlays. This is kind of like the same thing, but obviously they're just a little bit different. So there's 87 of these in total, and And you can see like they're so cool, they're so fun. You can go to town on this program. Like you can do so much. You can actually spend too much time. I'm not gonna lie. You can really customize your videos and have a lot of fun with it. Okay, over here we have elements, and these are basically different shapes that you can add. Really popular one is like the badges. You've got like approved right there if you got a product that like you love. Tutorials really good because this is where you have all of like the arrows and the stuff that you use in your videos. Like if you wanted to circle something, here, let me download this one. So let's say that you have an eyeshadow palette and you want to circle one of the colors in it. You would use something like this. This is taking forever to download, I don't know why. But basically this is going to come in and it's going to like circle around. You can also find that in shapes. So let's say, I'll show you this one. So let's say, again, you have an eyeshadow palette that you want to circle one of the colors in. You can put that around it. Super cool. Then we've got split screen. Now I haven't messed around too much with split screen. I just haven't needed to. But you can see there's lots of different ways that you can split your screen. And so basically that is all of the different options that you have. Down here, this is where your timeline is. So this is where you're going to really edit and work on your video, and you watch it up here in this black box. So right here, this first line, that's where you're going to put your video file. Right here with the T, you can add text, and then you've got music right over here. Now I know this might seem a little bit like overwhelming right now, but once you start playing with it, it's so easy and like you'll pick it up in no time flat, I promise. Okay, so let me show you what I was talking about. What we're going to do is import my media files now. You can either click this or you can click import media files. Now again, I don't know if you can see this, but you do have different options. So here's import media files, import a media folder if you want to just do it by a whole folder. You can import from your phone or camera. You can download media from Facebook. You can download photos from you can download photos from Instagram, or you can download photos from Flickr. So there's so many different like ways that you can get your files in here. I just always use import media files. And then you go to where your file is that you want to download or input into the program. So I'm going to double click on this one because this is my intro for this video. And I also already recorded like another first part, and that is over here in videos. So both of these are going to end up in this video. So we'll just start it now. And I like to do them individually like this because I like to work on stuff video by video. And I'll show you that right now. So see, what I'm going to do now is work on this. This is my initial intro to my video. So what I'm going to do, you can either press this, add to project, and it's going to drag it and put it here where you're going to be able to work on it. Oh, this added them both. Why did it do that? Okay. Okay, so if you saw what I just did when I did that, add to project, it put both of these videos into my editor down here on my timeline, and I personally do not like to work with my videos like that. I want to work video segment by video segment. It's just easier for me. It's personal preference. Once you start playing around with it, it's going to make way more sense to you. But yeah, I like to put them individually. So instead of using that, I just clicked it, I did a drag and drop. Super simple. Okay, so this is the video clip that I want to work on right now. Like I said, this is my intro. And a couple things to mention. This right here is your audio ripple. I like to keep that on so I know where there's talking. I don't know if you can see, but this little gray arrow, they're not arrows, the little gray wavelength down here is where audio is. And right now, this video barely takes up any space. So what I want to do is come over here, and I'm going to drag this so that my video clip is longer so that I can see more of it. That's just what I like to do. Now the first thing I need to do is figure out where my video actually starts, and I want to add my transition. So I'm going to come over here. I look like I'm already talking there, so let's come back. Yes, so you're going to find, well, I find where I start talking. So it looks like I start talking right about there. I want to add a transition, and you need to have enough space from where your video starts to where you start talking so that your transition doesn't overlap where you start talking. Do you know what I mean? So I think I'm going to try right here because it looks like I've got enough space in between all of that. So what I'm going to do is hit this little scissors right here, and that's going to split the video. So everything over here is now in one clip, and everything over here is now another. This was all just me trying to get ready to start filming. I was getting in position and all that stuff. So this is all garbage. So what I'm going to do is you can either press the delete button on your keyboard, or you can right click and delete, and that's it. Now, like I said, I wanted to add a transition. So over here in transitions, I always use erase slide as my opener. So I just always type it so that I can find it, just because I have specific transitions for my opening and closing. So you drag and drop. Again, you can totally just press this, add to project, but I'm just used to drag and drop. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is see if that was enough of a space in between where I cut the video to start and where I start talking. So I'm going to press space on my keyboard to get the video started.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
That was good. That was really, really good. Let's say though that where the video clip, where I started talking, overlapped where this transition was. What that would mean is I would need more space from where I split the video. You remember? So what I'm going to do is press Control Z. That's going to take off the last couple things. And I'm going to press Control Z 3 times so that I've taken off that initial split. So I first Control Z to take off the transition. Then I Control Z to get that first part back. And then I Control Z to erase where the split was. And then I can, bring it over, split, delete this, and then add my transition in. But again, I feel like that was a fine enough opening. So let's see, I think it was somewhere like here. So again, split, come over here, and you want to click on that. And anytime that you mess something up, if you accidentally delete something or you don't want to have something that you added, just press Control Z. So I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to come over here and add my transition. And again, let's press play and see if it worked.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
That was perfect. So I know what I'm about to say right over here is today's video is going to be about how I edit my YouTube videos. So let's go ahead and add some text, some text so that I can have a little bit more interesting video, because right now I'm like sitting in this really weird spot, like my kitchen in the background. Let's make this video a little bit more fun. So something to point out here, openers can only go in the beginning of a video. You cannot put an opener in the middle of something. So I would then need to use a title. So there's so many different titles to use, but I like the ones up here that are kind of a little bit more, fun. They've got like some depth to them. So like, watch, look at this one. This one's kind of fun. It's got the colors. It makes the movements. Like, that one's cool. That one's actually really cool. Can do this one if I wanted to take up more space. Oh, that one's cool. Okay, so I think I'm going to use that one. So what I'm going to do is drag and drop about here. What I want to do is make sure that this title is coming in where I'm actually saying that I'm going to talk to you about how to edit videos today. So let me figure out where I'm saying that so I know where this title needs to start.
I'm looking crazy. I've got a really weird background, but today I'm going to show you how I...
Okay, so I started it. I said what this video is going to be about right about here. So now I need to edit this, the text itself. Like I said, you can go to town going crazy with your editing, okay? Like, you really can. I would recommend at the beginning to just keep everything with the presets. because you'll be here forever. Like, you can just have so much fun. Look at how many different fonts there are. So many different fonts. There's so many different like text styles. Over here in animation, this is how you can change how the text is going to come in. Like, I mean, there's just so much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put how I edit my videos. And you can see right now, my words went off the screen because this is too big. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to make it a little bit smaller and see if that is good. It needs to be, okay, I kind of like the size of that, but you can see it's bigger than like this color block in the background. So what I need to do is make that bigger. So I double clicked the back and I can just now make that a little bit bigger. You see? There we go. And then up here, I'm going to put the name of the program that I'm using, which is Wondershare Filmora. And then I just like for this to be centered, so I'm going to bring it over a little bit. There we go. Okay, and then I'm gonna press space so that we can preview this.
But today I'm going to show you how I edit my YouTube videos. So if you want to see the program I use and what exactly I do to edit them, please keep watching.
Okay, so that was good, but you can see, like, for me, this is too long. I feel like it needs to be a lot shorter. So I'm gonna click on the box where the title is, and you can see it's over here in the text line. I'm going to make it a little bit shorter. I feel like that was just too long. Something else I like to do when I put any kind of titles, I come over and I add a twinkle surround sound. I just like it. This program, the volume will come in like super loud. So you want to just come over here. So I double clicked the twinkle surround, and this is what comes up. This is where I can mess with the audio. I'm just going to drop it down a little bit because it's really loud. Okay, and then space bar so we can preview.
But today I'm going to show you how I edit my YouTube videos. So if you want to see the program I use and what exactly I do to edit them, please keep watching.
Okay, so if you saw right there, there's a little bit of a lag from where I was talking and where my voice was. That's because I've already started editing up this video and it needs to be rendered. Rendering your timeline is super important because it allows for smooth playback. So when you're watching stuff, you don't have issues like that time lapse right there. So you're going to come over here, render timeline, and you're going to do that. Now, depending on how much editing you've done, you might be here forever, or it might be super quick. So right over here will let you know, like, okay, how much rendering needs to get done. So now you just wait. But I definitely recommend rendering your timeline because you're able to just see things so much smoother. Okay, so now let's come over here and we'll watch it again.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Sorry I'm coming on looking crazy. I've got a really weird background, but today I'm going to show you how I edit my YouTube videos. So if you want to see the program I use and what exactly I do to edit them, please keep watching.
Okay, so I just pressed space because I want to pause. That is where the end of this video clip should be. The rest of this is just me getting up and going to turn off the camera. So I'm going to go right here and press the scissors button. That's going to split again. So now this is all one clip and this is another. I'm going to click on this clip that I want to delete, press delete, and that's it. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to upload, I'm going to import my next video clip because this is where I start showing you what I'm doing. So I'm going to drag and drop. Okay. And then what I need to do now is figure out where I start talking in this because that is obviously where I want the video to start. So I'm going to press enter and I'm going to press enter again to pause once I started talking. Okay, I'm about to start talking right there. So again, press the scissors to split. This is garbage. And I feel like there should be a transition in between the two, otherwise it's going to look like this. Okay guys, so when you first open, see it's a little bit weird. So transitions are fun. they add something and they make your videos look a lot better. So one of the fun ones, like just kind of simple, is dissolve. Okay guys, so when you first open, so see how that just like had a very smooth transition from this video clip to this one, so it didn't look so awkward. And then I will just continue editing this part down. This is actually all good to go, but I feel like you got a good idea of how I edit my videos with this section right here. If you guys want me to do like a full video on, I don't know, like showing you the whole thing, like me editing like an actual makeup video, let me know. Let me know if you have any questions about this program as well, because there is just so much that you can do with it. And yeah, so I don't know. I feel like that is going to be the end for today. I'm already at 20 minutes. So yeah.
Okay guys, so that is it. That is how I edit my YouTube videos. I hope that I was able to tell you what I was doing, show you what I was doing. I hope that it was understandable. I know that sometimes I feel like I'm not the best at explaining what I'm doing, so I hope seeing it helped. Couple things that I want to mention. I did pay for this program. So Wondershare Filmora is a program that you buy. There were a couple options when I bought it. So I paid for like the lifetime use for one computer. So I only pay the one time. The program updates itself, so you're constantly getting new stuff. You can also go to the website, because every time you open the program, there'll be like a little box that pops up and says like, you know, there's a lot more stuff on our website if you want to check it out. So you can go to that website, and I think you can buy more stuff. There might even be more stuff you could download for free. I haven't looked because, again, the program comes with so much stuff already that I don't want to be too overwhelmed, you know what I mean? So there's that. Also, you can buy the programs that you can use it on different computers. So if you don't use just one computer, I would recommend going that route. I only use my one computer, so I only need authorization for my registration code on my computer. If you are planning on using a bunch of different computers, buy the other package where you can transfer, where you can use the program on different computers, so that you're not constantly having to use the one or unregister one computer, so that you can re-register on a different computer, and it's just like, it's madness. Don't do that if that's not what you want. What else? Okay, yeah. So if you want me to like maybe have my camera behind my computer while I'm doing and editing a video, I can totally do that. Let me know if that might be more helpful for you, so that you can see like while I'm pushing buttons. I can kind of talk to you through that way. Also, I think that the reason some stuff wasn't showing up, like my drop boxes, on the program, is because the way that I recorded. I think there's probably some kind of privacy thing about the computer or about that recording program where it won't show certain things, just in case I accidentally recorded something, you know? So yeah, that is probably why that did not come in. So if I were to redo a video with my camera behind, obviously you're going to see everything. So that might be easier. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any more questions. I will answer as much as I can. I love this program. I've used it for a very long time now, and I have no complaints. Again, there's so much more that you can do with it that I don't even know. So yeah, if you're interested in learning more, I would just go to YouTube, search whatever program you're using, and watch a bunch of videos. That's how I learned. That is the best way to learn. And then just start playing around and see what you figure out. So yeah, that'll be the end of today's video. If you guys like my makeup, you like my hair, I did just film these two videos for you, so I will link them down below once they're ready, but I believe this video is going up first. So I will see you guys tomorrow, where I show you how to get nice, effortless, wavy, curly hair. And then this eyeshadow look's coming the next day. So I'll see you guys then. Bye!